Phil, it's the same with all the clubs in and around that top four spot. It's really up for grabs this season. I think that top four. You've got Man United, you've got West Ham, you've got Arsenal, you've got Spurs. I think that's probably it realistically, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't chuck Wolves in the mix, and then you sort of clubs like Brighton, Leicester would have been in the mix, but I think they're too far off it now. But you never know. But my point being, there's a chance for a lot of clubs to get in it, okay?
Yeah.
Arsenal lost a striker they didn't strengthen. Man United, of course, we know what's going on with Mason Greenwood. We know that Anthony Martial has left the club as well. So you could argue that maybe Man United should have strengthened. They didn't. Spurs have got midfielders in, a winger and a midfielder as well, so they haven't got another striker. And I always feel that Spurs are crying out for a Harry Kane, not replacement, but someone that can take the heat off him on 70 minutes if he's struggling, bring it, etc. You know what I'm talking about? West Ham, though, right? They're doing incredibly well in Europe. They're doing remarkably well in the Premier League. They've got a real good chance domestically as well, and they haven't strengthened. They haven't brought a striker in for the last 5 windows. I find that unbelievable. Is that the fault of the board? Is that David Moyes' fault for not identifying that problem again? Why haven't they strengthened?
I'm not sure. 5 windows, no striker. Seem to do well so far. But they sold Haller.
Who's smashing it now in Holland.
They sold him. Look at it beforehand this season and how well it's gone in Europe and in the league. Mm-hmm. And you look at the opportunity that's there for 4th. That nobody really wants at the moment. As you look at it, the way anyone's acted in the transfer window, West Ham could have gone and grabbed the ball by the horns and just gone and got a striker.
What do you make of things like them supposedly being linked to Rafinha?
It's not
supposedly Calvin Phillips as well.
Yeah, but the way that just come out, it was like a throwaway comment, and all of a sudden it's out there. West Ham.
But they've done it before. West Ham.
Leeds were never going to sell to them, and West Ham was never going to bid the money for Rafinha or Calvin Phillips. You can see the frustration from West Ham fans, and you can understand why for me. Because the opportunity is there for top 4. It's realistic. The start of the season, if you said to a West Ham fan, right, January, you've got a realistic chance to make top 4.
You'll be 1 point off top 4.
They would have snapped your hands off, wouldn't they?
And if you said to West Ham fans, if you get to within 1 or 2 points come January, will you spend 30 or 40 million to strengthen that? Because Antonio, I like Antonio, right?
Yeah.
But he's prone to injury. He's going to pick up, I would imagine. I hope he doesn't. But he's going to pick up an injury, I'm guessing, between now and the end of the season.
And perform the way they have in Europa League as well. Let's not forget about how well they've done there. So they needed another striker to help in Europa League and in the Premier League. It's just, I don't understand why, whether it's the board or whether it was a manager or whether it's combined, both of them not got a striker in. It's hard to believe. It really is.
Should we take some phone calls? I think we shall. 03717 223 West Ham fans, you can have your say on National Radio. Tesh is up first. Hello, Tesh.
Hello, good evening, Charlie. Good evening, Andy. How are we all doing?
We're good. How are you?
I am very good. I'm actually off to see Colchester play tonight. I'm on my travel.
Why are you going there, Tesh?
I've got a day off. Want to watch football. Bored. No football. Need to watch football.
Okay, well, listen. Some football's better than no football.
Say that again?
Some football is better than no football.
Exactly, 100%, doesn't matter what level. But just quickly, all right, so we're talking about West Ham. The thing is, the way I look at it, David Moyes has not come out and said, I want this player, I want that player, or moaning that there's a lack of transfer activity. That tells me, like, whatever the board presented him with, he wasn't interested in, or they weren't good enough. Like, I don't think he wants to buy for the sake of buying. I think he said that on a few occasions. So why bring in someone that could upset the balance, the harmony of the from outside looking in, it looks very harmonious. Maybe he doesn't want to bring in someone on massive wages because obviously January is where agents, players, clubs ask for more money than the players actually worth. So that's how I look at it. I'd rather it be like that. And if that is the case, then I'd like for him to look at someone like the young kids, like Sonny Perkins and Oxo Flex. Give them a run then, because our squad is thin, or play Jared Bowen as a false 9 if Antonio's not about.
But Tesh, you're saying not to bring someone in, but the end goal is to get top 4, is to get Champions League football. That's the goal. Do you think that at the moment you're capable to continue the run you're on and get in there with the squad you've got and not strengthen? I get you're saying to play the youngsters, but are they really in 2 weeks' time you play these youngsters, start the game, and then all of a sudden everyone will be like, if they don't perform, and they're not good enough for the starting 11 straight away. They haven't performed straight away. They're not going to get us to top 4. That's the position West Ham have put themselves in by having the opportunity to try and get into the top 4. At the start of the season, Tesh, did you think you had the opportunity now that you would be in the top 4?
No, not like I'm a realistic fan. I mean, the fact that we're up there in the top 8, we're not fighting relegation. It's good, and for me, success is being consistent, i.e., trying to be a top 8 side, top 6 side. If we could do that 3-4 seasons in a row, then that for me is success. And I had this chat with Darren Bent. I'd rather have a trophy than finish 4th. I'm 39 years old. I haven't seen us win a trophy. I'd love for us to win the FA Cup or the Europa League, any trophy. But you've got to be realistic. I know this is a great opportunity, it's a golden opportunity, but I wouldn't want us to break the bank or break whatever wage structure.
Why? This is probably your best opportunity for, I can't remember how long, to get Champions League football coming to the London Stadium, and you've not rolled the dice.
Yeah, I know, but then what if it all goes wrong? Like, let's just say...
But you're in that situation now, aren't you? What happens if Antonio gets injured?
Yeah, but then Bowen can play as a false 9. You'd have to shift.
You can't rely on Bowen.
In 2 months' time, Tesh, 2 months' time, it don't work out and you lose games of football and you drop down the league. I know it, and so do you. Everyone will be saying, "Oh my God, why didn't we spend 40 million on a centre forward?" It's as simple as that, ain't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah. But then realistically, the target, I don't know who our targets were. You're led to believe this next we wanted. That didn't materialise. If David Moyes didn't feel whatever the plan B options were good enough, then why would he sign someone that he's not looked at? We bought in Rob Newman from Manchester City, but he officially only started his role as recruitment officer or whatever it is at the beginning of this month. Now, I don't know if his brief was to identify targets for the summer. Like I said to you, look, it is a golden opportunity. I'm not going to lie to you. It's unbelievable where we are. But, if we're not a top 4 side, in all seriousness, we're not a top 4 side. I mean, people are like microwave fans.
Yeah, but you could say that Leicester, I know they missed it out the last 2 years, but they were there or thereabouts. You could say that Leicester fans could say we're not a top 4 side.
Yeah, but Leicester won the FA Cup. That's in itself a success. I mean, you've got to look at it now. So they finished 5th twice in a row, and now injuries have crippled them, to be fair, and then they've fallen away. So, do you know what? Getting into the top 4 is hard work. It costs a lot of money. I mean, you've got to look at who you're competing with. Obviously the top 3, then you've got United, Arsenal, Spurs. They've all got bags of money. They've got bigger squads. We've got a very good 11. And
are you giving up now then, Tesh?
No, I'm not giving up now. I just wouldn't want us to throw away the hard work just to bring in someone for the sake of it, just in case we may get top 4. I would love for us to get top 4, but personally, I'd like to see us win the FA Cup. I'd love for us to have a day out at Wembley.
You'd rather take. There's no right or wrong here, but you'd rather take an FA Cup win than Champions League football next season.
Yeah, because you just don't know. You can play Champions League football for 1 year, and then what does it matter?
Yeah, no, there's no right or wrong in that one, Tesh. Yeah. I'm just curious.
No, it's fine. That's how I look. I'm sure loads of West Ham fans are like, no, we want Champions League. But what good is it seeing your team play Champions League once? I'd rather see my team win a cup.
Yeah, I can understand that.
On history, that looks better, doesn't it? 4th place. I mean, Tottenham won the Next Ben Trophy, and what does that got them? I'm just saying, like, you can talk about it, but they're not.
Yeah, okay.
No. But that's my personal opinion anyway.
Tesh, thank you for your call. Have a lovely evening.
Cheers, Tesh.
There you go. It's an interesting point. I mean, I'm not saying they are going to win the FA Cup, but I'm just saying from a West Ham perspective, it is probably better as a fan for them to win the FA Cup than get top 4. Because if they get top 4, they're not going to win the Champions League.
No.
And as a football fan, you want to see your team successful. And they're going to
play 3 games at home or travel away like they will. Yeah. And go and support their team and say, yeah, look, I went around Europe watching them in the Champions League, etc., which they are doing now, of course. But
although there is something to be said for West Ham v Barcelona at the London
Stadium. Of course it is, which is incredible. But let's not get away from the fact top 4 is there, and I feel like they haven't added to their squad.
Just quickly, because we've got to go to radio, just quickly, right now in your career, would you rather play Champions League football or win the FA Cup?
For how long, sorry, in the Champions League? Just one time?
Yeah. Well, you don't know. You don't know.
You don't know.
Would you rather be a West Ham player and qualify for next season's Champions League, and obviously you're going to play in that, or this season win the FA Cup?
Oh, this season winning the FA Cup.
You'd take that?
I think the FA Cup,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Either way, I'd love to hear from you. 03717223344. It's Drive on talkSPORT with We Buy Any Car, rated excellent on Trustpilot with over 115,000 reviews.